In today's hyper-competitive global job market, have you ever stopped to think, could your English skills be that invisible barrier? Maybe holding you back from a promotion or, that dream job you've been eyeing, or perhaps just stopping you from feeling truly confident at work. So many people think their English is, well, good enough. But actually, small missteps, they can carry surprisingly big consequences, kind of subtly derailing your career progress. So the real question is your English truly ready for the demands of genuine career growth? Welcome to Daily English Practice. Listen and speak. Today, we're taking a really deep dive into English for work and career growth. Our mission here is to unpack how proficiency in English profoundly impacts pretty much every facet of your professional journey, everything from those crucial daily interactions right up to high-stakes interviews, and maybe most importantly, how you can elevate your skills to unlock completely new opportunities.
Indeed. And we're going beyond just, listing what English you need. We're really exploring why it's not just vital, but truly indispensable. And we'll provide concrete, actionable strategies, too. We'll cover everything from achieving that precise communication in meetings and emails to mastering the tricky parts of the job search, and even looking at the power of formal certifications to help you stand out.
Okay, let's unpack this core question then. Why exactly has English become such an absolutely critical element in today's professional world? What keeps coming up is English's emergence as, well, the lingua franca of global business. It's undeniable. It really is the common ground, isn't it? Facilitating communication, collaboration, commerce
Yeah.
across incredibly diverse cultures and continents.
Absolutely. It's at the bridge.
And think about it. It directly opens doors to new markets, new business opportunities. It empowers companies to expand their reach, engage effectively with international clients.
And there's a real competitive advantage for fluent English speakers. They're often the preferred candidates for roles needing international interaction, navigating those complex cross-border negotiations. It makes a difference.
Yeah, a huge difference.
Right.
And it fosters collaboration, innovation too, right? Letting diverse teams share ideas and knowledge much more freely.
hmm And don't forget its role in education and professional development. It gives direct access to top-tier training resources.
And technology too. So many technical terms, platforms, they're predominantly in English.
What's really fascinating here, though, is that beyond just being a tool for communication, English also serves as this critical bridge for cultural understanding and sensitivity. That's not just a nice to have in global business. It's absolutely vital for building trust for long-term success.
That's such a good point. Trust.
Yeah. Right. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, multiple studies confirm it. Strong English communication skills are directly linked to career sustainability, upward mobility. Conversely, a noticeable lack of these skills, it can lead to, well, stagnant employment or even real difficulty securing decent jobs. And that's even for highly talented individuals. Your technical skills, however brilliant, often need effective communication to truly shine and get recognized.
Wow, that really puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
So if English is this foundational, where do we need to focus our energy day to day? Let's start with business meetings. They often get a bad rap, don't they?
They certainly can, often seen as inefficient.
But the precise use of business English can actually transform them. Turn them from a time sink into something genuinely productive. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. Like when you want to propose a meeting. Instead of just, we need to talk about X, maybe frame it with purpose.
Something like.
I propose we meet to discuss, or I'd like to arrange a meeting to strategize on. It just sets a more professional tone immediately.
Yeah, it does. And preparation is key, too.
Exactly. Ensuring everyone's reviewed the agenda beforehand. A simple phrase like, please review the agenda beforehand so we can get started right away, signals efficiency, respect for everyone's time. It's simple but powerful.
Precisely. And the consistent, polite use of these kinds of phrases, it doesn't just make meetings more efficient. It subtly boosts employee morale by showing respect for everyone's time, their contributions. Think of it as linguistic politeness that builds rapport.
Linguistic politeness, I like that.
Yeah. So, for instance, ensuring everyone gets a voice, using phrases like, is there anything else anyone would like to share before we move on? Or gently redirecting if things go off topic. Returning to our agenda item, or I'm afraid that's outside the scope for today, but perhaps we can address that another time.
No.
These aren't just about controlling the meeting. They show respect for its purpose and for everyone there. Solid, precise communication is always appreciated. Critical for team building, really.
That insight really makes you think, doesn't it? The ripple effect of just one well-chosen phrase. Okay, moving from spoken words to written impact. business emails. Another area where precision isn't just nice, it's a professional must-have. A key insight here is about informality. We often use abbreviations like LOL or BTW in casual chat, right?
Very common.
But in a global business context, these can accidentally signal a lack of seriousness, maybe even disrespect, especially across cultures or when emailing someone higher up. The real nugget seems to be that perceived professionalism often outweighs speed in high-stakes writing.
That makes sense. So lean towards formality.
Exactly. Consistently opt for formality. Use "dear," a proper closing like regards or best wishes, even if it feels a bit stiff at first. It's just a safer bet in a diverse professional setting than a casual hi or, no sign-off at all.
Good advice. What else?
Well, beyond the greeting, effective business emails demand conciseness. Aim for, say, a maximum of 5 paragraphs for the main message. Anything longer, probably better as an attachment. It forces you to distill your thoughts.
Keep it focused.
Right. And always, always make sure you have a professional email address, a clear, short subject line that tells the recipient the purpose immediately. And if you have attachments, mention them clearly in the email body. The goal is just effortless clarity for the recipient. Avoid ambiguity, avoid wasted time.
And building on that, there's a subtle art to email etiquette, especially around responsiveness. Prompt replies are generally good, yes. But avoiding those unnecessary thanks or received emails is also a mark of professional efficiency.
Minimizing inbox clutter. Good point.
It reflects a broader principle, really. Every word, every email, every interaction, it all shapes how you're perceived. For non-native speakers, this means being extra mindful of nuances that might translate differently, ensuring the tone is always professional, always unambiguous.
Exactly. And beyond those daily interactions, English skills are, well, fundamental for the formal documents that shape your career path and how others see you. Think about your resume and cover letter. These aren't just summaries, are they?
No, not at all. They're strategic marketing tools. Their main job is to get you that interview.
And for non-native speakers, the challenge is often translating accomplishments and experience into impactful, active English that really clicks with native speaker recruiters. So instead of just listing responsibilities like responsible for managing projects,
You need something stronger. Use powerful verbs, quantify results where possible.
right, like led cross-functional teams to deliver projects 15% under budget, much more impact.
And the clarity and precision in these documents, it goes beyond just grammar, It signals attention to detail, professional competence. A well-crafted English resume, free of common language mistakes, tells an employer you can communicate effectively at a professional level. That's a huge advantage in competitive global markets. It's not just about what you did, but how well you can articulate its value in professional English.
This leads us nicely into things like formal reports, essays, even precise writing. These are vital tools in organizations, right? They feed into decision-making at all levels.
Absolutely vital.
And the real mark of English proficiency for career growth here isn't just knowing the structure, like the headings and sections. It's mastering the crispness and precision of the language itself.
That's the key, crispness and precision.
For non-native speakers, this often means actively simplifying sentence structures that might be a direct, literal translation from their first language, ensuring every word serves a clear purpose. Avoiding jargon where simpler, more direct language works better.
Especially true for reports. They demand factual accuracy, brevity, a logical flow. They need to be impactful and easy to digest. It's about conveying complex ideas with absolute clarity.
And essays or pressy writing, they might seem a bit academic.
But they hone critical workplace skills. Analyzing information, articulating a clear viewpoint, synthesizing complex stuff into digestible summaries. The nugget here, especially for non-native speakers, is the emphasis on using your own words. Take a précis, for example. You shorten a text, maybe to a third of its length, capturing the main idea in your words, but keeping the original tone.
That sounds challenging.
It is. It's an exercise in linguistic economy and conceptual clarity, skills that translate directly to writing executive summaries or concise project briefings. It's about distilling the essence without losing the meaning.
Okay, so writing is one thing, but speaking under pressure, especially in those high-stakes job interviews, that can feel like a whole different ballgame. How can people navigate this? And maybe what could workplaces do to actually support them?
It's a common struggle, and often those verbal stumbles in interviews, they're rooted more in anxiety than just a pure lack of English skill. The pressure itself can make even fluent speakers falter.
Right, the nerves kick in. So what helps?
Well, one really powerful strategy is consciously practicing slow speech. It sounds simple, but when your thoughts are racing, Deliberately slowing down your delivery gives your brain a chance to catch up, helps you form coherent sentences, builds confidence.
Slowing down. Okay. What else?
Embrace mock interviews, seriously. Don't just casually chat with a friend. Treat them formally. Dress the part, record yourself.
Ooh, recording yourself.
Yeah.
That can be tough to watch back.
It can, but review it without harsh self-criticism. Focus on structuring answers. Maybe use methods like star situation, task, action, result for those behavioral questions.
Ah, yes, star. Good structure.
It helps you avoid just memorizing scripts, allows for more natural, adaptable responses.
See, it emerges.
Crucial. Actively try thinking in English as much as possible, like narrate your day internally, process thoughts directly in English. The more fluent your internal monologue becomes, the more naturally your spoken English will flow when you need it.
Makes sense. Practice makes perfect, or at least better.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, these aren't just language tricks. They're about managing performance, critical thinking under pressure. They really highlight how important consistent engagement with the language is in lots of different contexts.
Yeah.
And this insight raises a question for companies too, doesn't it? How can workplaces genuinely integrate these practices? How can they foster a truly supportive environment for all employees?
Like offering chances for internal practice presentations.
Precisely. Or role-playing complex scenarios. That could be invaluable. And let's not forget networking, another high-stakes verbal situation. English proficiency massively expands your professional network globally. You can connect with literally millions more speakers.
Wow, millions.
Yeah. So mastering an elevator speech, that concise, compelling summary of who you are and what you do, and practicing small talk become vital for turning those connections into real career opportunities.
So pulling this all together, what does it mean for workplaces trying to improve communication? And for individuals wanting to formally prove their English skills? We know language barriers in the workplace aren't just inconvenient. They actively cause misunderstandings and disrupt workflows, decrease efficiency, even lower morale.
They can have a real negative impact.
So organizations can take concrete steps. First, maybe assessment, understanding employees' language proficiencies.
Knowing where people are at, yes.
Then, providing structured language training, tailored to professional needs, and promoting clear, straightforward language internally, avoiding unnecessary jargon, using real-life examples. That can dramatically improve comprehension for everyone.
And beyond direct training, fostering that supportive environment is just paramount. Open communication, patience, empathy, leveraging technology too, translation apps for quick checks, AI platforms for practice, maybe even VR simulations for communication scenarios.
VR simulations. Interesting.
Well, yeah, the tech is getting there. But ultimately, it's important to remember that overcoming language barriers is a gradual process. It demands ongoing support and continuous effort from individuals and organizations. It's really a shared investment in collective success.
A shared investment. I like that. And for individuals looking to concretely demonstrate their proficiency, maybe for a promotion or an international job, business English certifications. How valuable are these, really?
Incredibly valuable. A recognized business English certification is one of the most impactful credentials a non-native English speaker can have. It significantly boosts your marketability in this competitive global environment. It literally opens more doors for jobs abroad.
Which companies look for these?
Well, many multinational companies, names like Sodexo, Siemens, Yokohama, are examples now actively require proof of English proficiency for certain work permits or specific corporate roles. It essentially validates that you have an adequate English level for diverse corporate interactions, negotiating, conducting meetings, crafting those crucial emails, sales pitches.
Okay, so they're valuable. Are there different types?
Yes, several prominent ones. You've got TOEIC, the Test of English for International Communication, which is really geared towards practical workplace English.
Well.
Then there's IELTS, the International English Language Testing System, often used for academic or immigration purposes, but increasingly recognized in business too.
All right, I've heard of IELTS.
You also have the Cambridge English qualifications, offering a range of levels from A2 key right up to C2 proficiency. That gives a clear progression path. And finally, TOEFL, the test of English as a foreign language, widely accepted by universities, but also gaining traction in some professional areas.
So, quite a few options. How do you choose the right one?
Good question. You need to consider your specific motivation. Is it for a promotion, A visa. Just enhancing your resume, check its validity. Is it actually accepted by the organizations or countries you're targeting? Go for internationally recognized ones.
Makes sense.
Look at the content. Does it cover skills relevant to your field, like negotiating or report writing? What level do you need? Intermediate or advanced is often expected.
And the practical stuff.
Absolutely. Plan your time for test dates and study. Consider the location. Can you take it conveniently, in person or online? Factor in the money, the fees. And maybe most importantly, commit to using official study materials for preparation. That really helps.
That's really practical advice. Thank you. English for work and career growth. It isn't just about mastering vocabulary or grammar, is it? Feels like it's more about empowerment, about access, about confidence. Whether you're carefully refining your email etiquette to avoid those subtle misunderstandings, or you're acing a high-stakes interview by managing your anxiety, every deliberate step you take to improve your English is genuinely a profound investment in your future. So thinking about that, what one small targeted step will you take this week to sharpen your English for genuine career growth? Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into English for work and career growth. If you found this helpful, please do subscribe to our channel for more insights to help you grow professionally.